Warren Buffett was born on August 30, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska during the Great Depression. He grew up in a middle-class family. His father, Howard Buffett, was a stockbroker and later a U.S. congressman, which exposed young Warren to the world of money and markets very early in life. But Buffett was not born rich. He was simply curious, disciplined, and obsessed with numbers. As a child, he was already thinking like an entrepreneur. He sold chewing gum door to door, delivered newspapers, sold Coca-Cola bottles, and even installed pinball machines in local barbershops to generate passive income. By the age of 14, he had saved enough money from his small ventures to buy farmland, which he rented out for profit. While most teenagers were spending money, Buffett was learning how to multiply it. At just 11 years old, he bought his first stock, 3 shares of Citi's Service Preferred for $38 each. When the stock dropped shortly after he bought it, he felt fear. But instead of panicking, he waited. When the price recovered slightly, he sold for a small profit. Later, the stock surged far higher. That moment taught him one of the biggest lessons of his life: patience is everything in investing. Buffett was obsessed with learning. He read constantly, financial reports, books, newspapers, sometimes up to 500 pages a day. He once said that knowledge builds up like compound interest. After studying at the University of Nebraska and later at Columbia Business School, he learned directly under Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing. Graham taught him the principle that would shape his entire career: buy wonderful companies at fair prices and buy them when the market undervalues them. In 1956, at just 25 years old, Buffett started Buffett Partnership Limited. With only $100 of his own money and capital from friends and family, he applied strict discipline, carefully analyzing businesses and investing only when he saw strong long-term value. His partnership delivered exceptional returns, often doubling market performance. Within a decade, he had become a millionaire. One of his turning points came when he began buying shares in Berkshire Hathaway, which at the time was a struggling textile company. Initially, it was just a value play, a cheap stock. But Buffett eventually took control and transformed Berkshire into something entirely different: a holding company that would acquire strong businesses and invest in great companies for the long term. This decision changed everything. In the 1960s, during a major scandal involving American Express, most investors ran away. Buffett saw opportunity. He studied the fundamentals, believed in the company's long-term strength, and invested heavily. That decision generated massive returns and strengthened his reputation as a disciplined, fearless investor. Over the following decades, Buffett built Berkshire Hathaway into a giant empire. He invested in companies like Coca-Cola, Geico, Apple, and many others, businesses with strong brands, consistent profits, and competitive advantages. He avoided speculation, tech bubbles, and risky trends he didn't understand. While others chased quick gains, Buffett focused on steady compounding. The real secret behind his fortune wasn't luck, it was time. Most of Buffett's wealth came after his 50s. Because he reinvested profits year after year, compounding worked in his favor for decades. Small, smart decisions, repeated consistently, created extraordinary wealth. Today, Warren Buffett is worth over $100 billion, making him one of the richest individuals in the world. Yet he still lives in the same modest house in Omaha that he bought in 1958. He is known not just for his wealth, but for his humility, discipline, and commitment to giving away the majority of his fortune to charity. From a curious boy selling Coca-Cola bottles to the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Buffett's journey proves that wealth is not built overnight. It is built through patience, knowledge, discipline, and the power of compounding. The Warren Buffett formula is simple but powerful. Start early, keep learning, invest in what you understand, think long-term, ignore the noise, reinvest your gains, and let time do the heavy lifting. That is how a middle-class kid became one of the greatest investors in history.